Hello and welcome to the Tournament Center. I'm Ian Duke, and with me is Grand Prix champion and Magic personality, Christian Calcano.
Hello.
Tell us a little bit about the deck that you brought here today.
Yeah, so I'm playing just a standard Sultai Control deck. Andrea Mengucci was the main designer of it for our team. He basically picked all the numbers, helped us with our sideboarding guides and everything. And yeah, it's just standard control deck, has answers to a lot of things. And we believed it was the best control deck in the format, so that's why we played it.
Now, we've seen some other blue-black control decks earlier in the day. Why did you decide to add green to your deck, and what does that bring?
Honestly, basically, Sultai Charm is very, very diverse right now in this format, and we knew after Origins there are a lot of artifacts and enchantments that were going to be in the mix, for example, I know Dr. Spy Network was a deck that started doing well lately, and turns out for this tournament, there's a lot of good teams that are playing, the artifact blue-red deck.
Yep, we've seen that earlier.
We've seen a few Jeskai Ascendancy decks, so we felt that the green was good. Seder Wayfinder and Tassiger worked great. Yep. As long as dig through time, and yeah, that's why we decided that the green was probably better than just going straight blue-black.
Okay, cool. Well, let's take a look at the first slide we have here. This includes some of the creatures in your deck, and as I understand it, one of the main additions green brings is some graveyard synergy to the deck. So tell us a little bit about the creature suite you have here and how they interact with the graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, Seder Wayfinder is it's just one of the most, the best enabler in the deck. You can cast Seder Wayfinder and then quickly flip over your Jace. Yep. It works well with Dig Through Time, Den Protector, Tassiger, so it does everything we need in the deck. And Jace has been amazing. Definitely one of the best cards in the format.
Okay,
for sure.
I was just going to ask you how Jace has been performing for you today.
His flashback ability, it's not as powerful as a Den Protector, but it kind of works the same way. We get to flashback Thoughtseize, which is huge. Sultai Charm, Downfall, even flashback Dig Through Time, and you can cast it, removing cards from the graveyard as well. So,
excellent.
Since you can just cast a spell. So
okay, and how often do you like to keep Jace looting? Do you ever delve away to keep him in his looter form, or are you always eager to turn him into a planeswalker?
Yeah, no, not at all. It basically, Jace is, if you get to untap of him, you're flipping him up immediately. Excellent. He's really powerful. So, yeah.
Okay, very cool. Well, let's take a look at what we have coming up next. And this is sort of the bread and butter of any blue-black based control deck. We have your removal suite here. You told us a little bit about Sultai Charm. How's that been doing for you today?
It's actually 3 Sultai Charms.
Oh, 3 Sultai Charms even.
There's 3 in there for sure. Yeah, we had 4 Downfall 2 Charms, that we switched it to 3 and 3.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because we just felt that a card like Charm would be more diverse, and it also helps out with the getting the cards in the graveyard with the draw 2 discard. So it's basically never dead in any matchup.
Okay.
And then we wanted Ultimate Price and Bob Blade, since we needed some low casting cost removal spells for aggro matchups. And also Price is really good against the rally deck, since they try and kill you with a big rally and kill you with Tuna Tuguhawks.
Gotcha. Now, you talked about the artifact deck a little bit earlier. Has Ultimate Price ever come to kind of bite you when you can't target a colorless creature with it? Because it does require monocolored, which means exactly one. I
haven't played against it yet, luckily, but no, it still, it kills cards like Doppler Engineer, which is probably the best card in the deck.
Yeah, so it's just still useful there, just can't hit exactly the artifacts. Okay, great. And then tell us about Bile Blight and Languish, your particular numbers here. What caused those?
Yeah, basically it was a Bob Blight over the 3rd price, just because we wanted to hedge a little against token decks. And Languish is just, 4 mana wrath of the format. Tassiger doesn't die to it, so it's just a really strong card.
And I've heard some players talk about how well Languish interacts with Jace, actually. You can, say, flip your Jace, and then now that you have no creatures on the board, cast Languish, and then you have one in your graveyard to flash back later. So an awesome interaction there. Yeah. Great. Let's take a look at the next slide. Some more controlling elements here. What can you tell us about these disruptive effects?
The Stateful Stroke is one of the better counter spells in the format. It only costs 2. It's amazing with Den Protector. It's nice to be able to morph it with only 4 mana up, so you can get backstroke. Thoughtseize is always good. And like I said earlier, it's really good with Jace. It's good to flashback, and Dissolve just catch all. We have a lot of we have a nice mix of counters and removal spells. You don't really want to overload on too many of either.
Right, and especially with the Den Protectors late in the game, you kind of set up like a graveyard toolbox, right?
Exactly,
where you can bring back the one particular spell you need. Awesome. Let's take a look at what we have next. So these are kind of like your finishers in my mind, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Tasigur, he's been basically the best card in the deck, I would probably say. He just, you know, you can power him out really early in the game, as early as like turn 3 with Seder Wayfinder, and you know he does everything you need him to do. He doesn't die to Languish, and Garrick, he's more so for like the Devotion and the Abzan matchups, since you know they have a lot of Planeswalkers, and he's a good finisher there. And
yeah, I was actually going to ask, how often do you get to use this +1 destroy another target Planeswalker?
I've used it like maybe 3 or 4 times already today.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, so it's been great. And yeah, Ugin, you know, Ugin's just good against basically any mid-range or control deck. Not very good against aggro decks, but yeah, he catches everything. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so I think that rounds out the non-land spells. Just tell us a quick bit about your mana base here. Anything interesting going on?
No, not really. You know, we have the 4 palaces, obviously. For the 4 temples, we have 11 tap lands in total. We had 12, but then we realized that was too many.
Right.
It'd be hard to cast our spell, so we just shaved one for another Yawgmoth.
And you decided to go down on the temples before the tri-lands, right? Just needed the extra
of course,
mana.
because you need to be able to cast your spell, so
yeah,
Palace
makes a lot
is
of
great
sense.
for that.
Okay, cool. And rounding out the mana base here, just a few Pain lands, 1 Urborg, and a couple of basics.
Yeah, it's weird that the numbers are off.
Oh, are they a bit off?
Yeah, it's only 3 Yawgmoth Coast. Yeah, just, you know, we have 11 untapped lands, and we have 14 untapped lands and 11 tapped lands. So yeah, just help us cast our spells on time, and you know, just take it down.
Excellent. Well, the deck looks great. You're doing well with it so far.
Thank you.
Good luck in the rest of the tournament. This is Ian Duke signing off for the Tournament Center.